It's time for Morning Blunt Talks, where we have conversation while in the fifth dimension. Keefe D arrested for the murder of Tupac. I'm glad I talked to a lot of old heads and I do a lot of my hip hop research a certain way where you can always find original articles, you can always find the testimonies of people who was there, who know what happened, who know the inner workings in Cali. Because for a lot of years, people already knew who shot Tupac. Even before Keefe D went on Vlad TV, niggas know who shot Tupac. It's a culture within our culture of not snitching. Niggas knew who shot Tupac years ago. And it's an uncomfortable truth we don't like to address about Tupac's persona in itself, and how hypocritical it was to who he really was, and it got him killed. And when we watch these other rappers try to act like things they're not, he is the template. Tupac was actively gangbanging with Suge Knight and Death Row. When he was with the mob, they were a set of bloods in that area he was in, running around with Suge Knight. Talked to a lot of them Cali guys. It's like an open secret that everyone knows who killed and why Tupac was killed. Tupac was from Baltimore, Maryland. Excuse me, he was from New York. He moved to Baltimore, Maryland, went to school of the arts. He didn't go to college, he was a grown ass man. And he was a gang set, and they jumped somebody at Vegas. People there to have it. They had jumped shit. Somebody beat shit out of him. But he came back with his uncle. And it was the streets. It was the same way how when Nipsey Hussle got killed, and you had all these people that was coming around like, yo, oh my gosh, it's a conspiracy. Why would he do this? And it was blowing me because it's like, fam, why are y'all surprised that these conflicts in the street end in murder, but you're not surprised when it happens to regular people? And it's unfortunate too because the people around Tupac probably immersed him in the culture, making bread, gang. But why would they have that man around this type of chaos in the first place? And that's what makes Suge Knight evil regardless, even if he didn't set him up. Because they say he ain't set him up at all. They try to kill that nigga. What Suge Knight fucked up was you knew Tupac was about that shit. And Tupac was going hard for you niggas more than he was supposed to. Y'all wasn't supposed to let y'all man go out like that. Suge Knight's still responsible to Tupac's death. You're just not directly responsible. So for all them years of us saying that Suge Knight set him up, it's been officially confirmed he had nothing to do with setting up the death of Tupac. That was his friend. So hey, all them niggas out saying Suge Knight set him up and this and third, it's some apologies that need to go dog way. Granted, he did a bunch of other fucked up shit, so he still, he deserves to be in jail. I ain't saying free that nigga. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, motherfucking nigga. I don't want to hear this for real. Y'all want to get rid of Vlad, and if it wasn't for him having Keefe D on there basically confirming everything that had already happened when they opened the cold case in 2018, how will we just have concretely that he was for sure there? He admitted to it. Like, Vlad, don't get it fucked up. You are scum, where you be, where you did Lovely Tea on Instagram because they have criticisms about you. You know what I mean? You a little shady, my nigga. And niggas' fascination with going on your couch, spilling a truth, but for 25 years they can lie to their homeboys and family is crazy. What Young Thug say, niggas a lie to their mama, their girl, their daddy, their kids, but want to go to the law and start being truthful and not. That's that fuck shit I be talking about. All that cold of the street shit, all that honor, niggas talk about real G's moving silence. Shut the fuck. We be listening to these selfish bastards kill and maim they people that for no other reason other than my ego was hurt. I hope he goes to jail and he has a stroke and he can't walk for like 20 years while he's in a jail cell. Got no sympathy for you, bro, because at the end of the day, it's like this. We just gonna keep it a band. I don't got no sympathy for Keefe D. I don't care that they arrested you years later because you were openly running your mouth about it as if you were proud of the fact you killed a man. And look, he jumped your nephew. You can't retaliate. Yo, the gunplay and all that, I can't speak to the culture of violence that Tupac put himself in because them niggas was already actively gangbanging. But I could say that as an older uncle, you should have stopped your youngin' and y'all should have made some life decisions at that point. Maybe we should stop doing this and do something else before we throw our lives away. If you was being a real uncle, but you wasn't being a real uncle. You was trying to be a real nigga, and being a real nigga and being, an actual beneficial and conducive member of one's family are not one and the same. They used to be. When I grew up, we considered mobsters as just men, and this was just a vehicle for them to have the economic ability to take control of their family when they've already been disenfranchised. So y'all be trying to justify why y'all be in the streets saying, oh man, look at these mobsters. No, you're looking at niggas who may have had a good job. They went to the streets to still keep the lifestyle of taking care of their kids, getting them to college and shit. Nowhere near justifying the murder and violence that you brought on the community in any way, shape, or form. But don't try to confuse how a criminal conducts themselves with the, oh, geez, back in the day used to move a certain way, when the key difference was they didn't have the jewelry and didn't have all of that. Most of that money went to their kids and, getting them nice things and taking their wives out to things and make sure their homies had cribs. And, I don't condone no type of destruction of that kind. But at least perspective, there's a level of altruism on some Robin Hood shit. What I won't do at the same time is try to give that a pass either. NWA, as I said before in a previous video, they were responsible not for the cause of the age of darkness, because if we're going to be real, the age of darkness is going to come one way or the other. Cool G Rap was rapping about nothing but the streets, but he had a balance. But I think when NWA came, their success birthed a genre in hip hop where this type of mentality was, push, bro. I listen to Mobb Deep, but listen to a lot of that shit. Yeah, you had plenty of it that was socially political. So when people say that it just became straight violent, you never were a fan of hip hop, in my opinion, because it was Little Brother, Jay Dilla, the Criminal. There was so much black music at the time that was about love. You had Lauryn Hills, you had the Commons, you had Twalib, you had High Tech, you had, just everything. Like, everybody wasn't, you had Static Selector. Shit, man. Sean Price was part of Static Selector. That's one of my favorite rappers. And granted, you got the street shit with it, but you also got the social political awareness, and there was a balance. You feel what I'm saying? There was always a balance in hip hop until we allowed other entities to come into the culture and find out what's the most easily accessible, which is criminality. And if you look at American society, they were selling this criminality by having all those mobsters and gang movies. So America has a fascination with criminality. We like to say like it's just niggas and hip hop, when really that's really what they injected into hip hop, was their way of selling criminality. The problem was that our color became a part of that imagery. Not attitude, perspective, how we look. So young black man, he wear all black in the neighborhood. Can't just be that he dressed in a certain way. He a real one. The chains, our entire swagger wasn't just commodified and monetized. It was given a connotation. And that connotation only fully sells with our skin. We're going to make mad money selling that street shit. And the artists are going to make billions. Fans worldwide love the raw and its authenticity. But to the average black person who looks like that, the rich fame and music doesn't save me from the fear that I automatically invoke, because by your imagery that you cascade onto the world, into the earwaves, that's what a real nigga look like. Can't just be that I'm getting fly today and this is just how we be rocking in the neighborhood. You feel me? Got the kicks a certain way. Niggas get tatted up. We got a little chain. Niggas just trying to be fly. No, that was criminalized. And all of these artists were fully aware of the criminalization because they were speaking about it in the 90s. This is not a new problem. His arrest is just a cascade of us realizing that as much as we like to blame the system, half of this shit is the problems that have existed in our community, in our society. And it's just encapsulated all in a case of, for 25 years, stop snitching kept us from just going to the police with the murderer of Tupac. We rather believe the nigga in Cuba than somebody down the street killed a man for nothing. But we know plenty of people went out that way. Wow. Fuck that nigga though. R.I.P. Tupac.